Hey guys, so in 1984, Creative Engineering made a control panel for Billy Bob animatronics that would allow someone to control Billy Bob's movements while no performances were going on the stage. The idea of the control panel was that people in the restaurant could interact with Billy Bob, but to control him, first you must know the way of the Billy Bob broccoli and how the controls work in the first place. So, employees at showbizes could control Billy Bob and speak as him while staying true to his character. Creative Engineering made both a videotape and an operator's guide to inform the unknowing of how to Billy Bob. I'll link sources for stuff in this video, as well as the videotape and a video of an interactive Billy Bob being used in the description. And also, there doesn't, aside from the tape, or the videotape that I mentioned, which is basically just someone saying a good amount of the stuff that's on the operator's guide. Well, aside from the videotape and the operator's guide, there isn't much information about the interactive Billy Bob control panel thingy. So the control panel has a bunch of different controls to move Billy Bob around. So that you could tilt his head around, and also move his body side to side, and then also you could move the wrist of his right arm. You could really just move his right arm around, and do whatever with it, with what parts can move just already. You can open the curtain. There's a bunch of effects, lighting, that you can control too. And then of course you can move his face around too, you can move his mouth and his eyelids, and even the direction his eyes were facing, though, too. It also gives a list of different emotes and how to do them. Waving, it tells you how to do. It tells you how to amazement. It tells you how to laughing. It tells you how to embarrassment too. So yeah. It also has some blank pages, so you can write down a unique emote thing that wasn't one of the ones listed, and how to control him to express the emote. The next category is mouth movement and voice. And by mouth movement, it basically just is talking about how to sync up what you're saying with Billy Bob's mouth to, make it look real. And then for voice, it just means to try for you to learn how to do a voice that sounds like Billy Bob. Of course, you can't. You're not most likely not going to sound exactly like him, but for the person controlling him, it also lists some things to familiarize yourself with, and one of the things is pet phrases. So I think that's a little interesting. There's also some instructions on how to do his voice, to practice his voice in a mirror. They also wanted them to practice timing the mouth movements, and practicing the controls, and avoiding a sing-song rhythm, because Billy Bob needs to respond to the audience naturally. And also to avoid the tendency to talk slowly. And then next, there is quality of interaction. First of all, the movements have to be realistic, and also they have to have a purpose too. and the employee also had to be consistent with how Billy Bob said, or what Billy Bob says, how he says it, how he acts, and how he reacts. And so their goal was to maintain Billy Bob's public image by studying every little detail about Billy Bob's life. The more you know about Billy, the more success you'll have playing him. Then there is probably the funnest part of this, Billy Bob's biography. So to maintain consistency in Billy Bob's life, the following is about him. He was born on March 3rd, 1980, and he was born in Tennessee. And he has no siblings. He went to University of Alabama. He likes pizza, honey, and berries. He also likes Smokey the Bear. And his favorite song is Thank God for Kids. His favorite color is brown, specifically the brown bear kind of brown. I'm not sure what's different from brown bear brown and normal brown, because clearly it means specifically the brown bear type of brown, because it puts brown bear in parentheses. So I don't know what the difference between brown and brown bear is. Also, his favorite TV show is called Gentle Ben, which I had never heard of, but apparently it is about adventures in Florida Everglades, and it involves a bear. Also, his goal in life is play ball with the Bears. Don't know if that's like a sports team. Probably is. And then it lists some ways to interact with the audience, or single out a birthday person, athlete teams, church groups, etc. Talk to Dave. Dave is the make-believe stagehand, apparently, too. And Dave apparently controls all of the special effects for Billy Bob's show. For example, the lights come on, Billy Bob greets everyone, and his curtains don't open. Hey, Dave! You forgot to open the curtain! And then also you can practice a joke before the curtains open with Looney Bird or Birthday Bird, although I don't think practicing a joke with Birthday Bird is very practical, because Birthday Bird just sits on the end of Billy Bob's guitar contemplating his life. Pretend you don't know that the audience can hear you, and when the curtains open and Billy Bob makes the joke, everyone knows the punchline, and then Billy Bob gets embarrassed just like he pissed his pants in the middle of a kindergarten classroom, which I think actually happened in when I was in kindergarten. I think one girl peed herself in the middle of the classroom or something. So yeah. Use recognition cards completed by parents so you can call several little ones by their name. Recognition cards. So the parents just give you, or just go up to you and say, "Hey, here's my child's card," and then you just have a card that has like a picture of some little boy named Kyle. And then you go, "Hey, Kyle! Hey, Kyle!" I can't come up with it. "Hey, Kyle, what are you learning in school today?" Interactive cue cards. Operators should have a number of questions which can be asked to the children visiting. Some kids will be so conversant that Billy Bob will follow their lead. Others will be quiet. So here are some like suggestions for questions to ask the people. What is your favorite food? Yum yum! What are you going to be when you grow up? That's nice. I wanted to be in the movies. Although technically Billy Bob was in the movies, wasn't he? I believe I heard he was in a movie in 2016. I think it was 2016 called Keanu. I don't really know much about the movie. Apparently, it's about a cat in a warehouse or something. Who is your favorite person? Do you have a boy/girlfriend? What is his/her name? Have you been good this year? How many noses do you have? Are you married? Where do you live? Can you tell me how much 3 plus 3 is? Oh, is that so? Do you ever go to the zoo? Are the bears cuter than I am? Don't you think Fats should be president? Yes. Escapes. How to get out or off. If you run overtime and a show starts, say that someone started early. If the show is one where Billy Bob sings and you catch it before he begins, well, what if you don't catch it before he begins? And then Billy Bob just starts singing as you're speaking. And then there's 2 Billy Bobs speaking at once. And one is just singing, and then the other is just there, or speaking, and then everyone, and then the space-time continuum gets disrupted, and then everyone explodes and dies, and then, but no, actually the only person who doesn't explode and die is Elon Musk, because he secretly sneaks out of reality in his Tesla spaceship. If you run out of things to say, and it's a while before the next show starts, run a birthday show, or ... Give the upcoming show a half an hour long intro. Or say something like, gee, that voice isn't fitting for Billy Bob. Hold on, let's say, gee, I'd sure like to hear the 12 Days of Christmas. Ooh, escapes when you're confronted by a rude or vulgar customer. By the rude or vulgar customer, the only singular one in existence, because there's only one of them. Don't get angry, because Billy Bob doesn't get angry. So imagine someone is just in front of Billy Bob, speaking right into his face, like cussing him out, insulting his parents and life and birthday bird, and then Billy Bob just goes, "It was real nice talking to ya. See you later," and then he just closes the curtain on you, and then, or the curtain on the singular rude or vulgar customer. Call the manager by first name and say, "What? I think these folks are looking for the game room. Could you help them, please?" And then, so the game room, because it says this signals the manager to escort the unruly guests away. So I guess the game room is secret code for you'll be taken into a closet, and then you'll be punished there to sit in the naughty chair, and then you'll never be heard from again until 30 years later, where you finally get out of the room, and then you realize that Showbiz pizza places are not open anymore. So then you go and and then you realize you've just been sitting in a room for 30 years. And so then you think about, well, first of all, you haven't eaten in 30 years, so I don't know how you're possibly still alive. And then second of all, who knows what has happened in your family, what if, someone that was in your family died, so you need to go check up on them, but you don't even know if they still live in the same spot. What if they moved away? It's been 30 years. I mean, come on. And then also, then you remember again, you're starving to death, so you need to go eat. So you go and you eat, and then you have an existential crisis and have a panic attack, and then you start peeing yourself in the middle of the street, and then you realize that I just went on a tangent about nothing. Why'd my screen just brighten? Ooh, scenarios, existing conditions, and what to do. Situation. A large group of children crowd around the stage. Yeah, okay. We're gonna do this as a game. You guess what to do. So I'll give you some time to guess what to do. The solution is call for a showroom attendant to help get things organized. Situation, talking, but no one hears you. Solution, tell a story, sing a song, do a little funky dance. It doesn't actually say that. Tell Billy Bob's entire life story, history, goals, desires, personal experiences, dreams, which I guess would be kind of like the same as goals. And try to get a showroom attendant to come up to you. Situation 3. Kids are crawling up onto the stage. Solution. There's several solutions, actually. My, look at all the friends I've got. I'm going to need your help. I'm going to need your help, Mitzi. And then, she isn't actually active now because she doesn't have a control panel. So the curtains are still closed, and she's just kind of standing there, minding her own business, thinking about probably Michael Jackson. Another solution is, let's all make sure nobody gets on the stage, because I don't want anyone to get hurt. And the next solution is, Nancy, will you please come up and help me with all my friends? Who is Nancy? I never heard of a Nancy. Who's Nancy? Is Nancy just some woman in the audience? Is she an employee? Who's Nancy? One-on-one interactions, ideas. Set up a tongue twister. First call someone, then can you say, and follow with tongue twisters. Like, Peter Piper picked a pickle. I don't know what the actual thing is. Play Billy Bob says. Billy Bob says. Billy Bob says. Easy. Crowd versus one-on-one interaction. On busier nights, use group activities. Avoid personal questions. Avoid long conversations. Instead of calling out individual people, you could ask, Hey, all you in the audience, can all my Marys and Johns stand up in the audience? Please, can I get all my Marys and Johns to stand up? Marys and Johns. That was unnecessary. The third one was unnecessary. I'm gonna remove that. Remove that. Ah, move! If you are talking to an individual, especially a child, repeat everything he slash she says, so the whole audience can follow the conversation. Think positively and always be friendly. Along with everything else, you're responsible for Billy Bob's character. During interaction, he is completely at your mercy. As the spokesman for showbiz, it's important that you think positively and are always friendly. Remember, Showbiz Pizza Place is America's #1 family fun. And then we got some blank page. So that is the end of the Billy Bob operator's guide. Definitely, and I find this to be an interesting idea. I think it's a really cool idea to have someone actually there live puppeteering the animatronic. I think it's like a unique break from just, I guess, them just performing and doing their set stuff without really ever talking about the audience that much. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about the interactive Billy Bob. Yeah. So bye for today, and have a good day, and also have a nice roast beef sandwich and a pizza, a roast beef sandwich and a pizza, eating roast beef sandwich and a pizza.